Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 13 of your franchise mode here with the Florida Panthers, and today is another rough looking video for your Florida Panthers. We've been struggling to get wins, struggling to do anything with this team, and it's been a really bad upsetting year for the Florida Panthers. And I mean, what else can you do with this team? It's been a real embarrassment, and honestly, the fans have not been liking what they've been seeing from their team, their favorite team in Florida. I mean, we picked up a new player in Patrik Laine, who's been an absolute monster for the team, and he's looking for a new season high with his goal-scoring record, which has been great. He's been playing better than what he did in Winnipeg last year, which is real good to see. But otherwise, but for that, everyone else has been struggling. Trocheck only has 15 points in 36 games. He's been struggling with the -5. Owen Tippett's been struggling. You have Mike Hoffman, who's also struggling. Everyone on the team has been lately struggling on the team. Defensively, we're not been doing too bad, but Keith Yandle's dropping off the face of the earth with 2 years left on his big contract. It's been a real tough year for the Florida Panthers. As you guys can see, we're right now 4th in a wild card position, and it's been real rough for the Florida Panthers this year. So it's just take it a day at a time. Now, you got to remember, Sergei Bobrovsky in the last video did get injured, so he should be back right now, but we're going to let it just go past a couple days. We'll let him come back. We'll see how this all goes. It's a big trend right now with the Florida Panthers where we've been winning and then losing, winning and losing, winning and then losing, just like last year. And we made it into the playoffs last year, which is real good to see. But I don't like seeing us win and lose, going back and forth and seeing that back and forth record. I don't particularly like seeing that because I don't want to be in that position and then just making it into the playoffs and not be a very good playoff team. We lost to fucking Boston in the past 2 years, and we haven't been able to improve the team. The one thing that we did improve was pick up an all-star player like Patrik Laine, who's been a monster for us this year. He's been lighting up that lamppost for us this entire year, but we're still not able to produce what we were thinking that we would be able to produce. Laine has been the goal scorer, the only goal scorer on the team, the only guy who's been able to hit that 20-goal plateau, which is just pretty bad to say that. At least it's been a bad year for the Florida Panthers, and I don't want to be sitting here saying that, hey, maybe we could turn this year around. I particularly don't know if we can. I don't know if we're going to be playing good. I don't know if we're going to be able to start winning games. It's just, I guess we're just going to have to let time speak for itself if we're going to be able to start getting those big W's that we really need to see for this team. And I mean, we're starting to win some big W's now. Can we get another big W against Colorado? No. 2 losses in a row, 7-2 and 4-1. I mean, just look at those losses, man. We're getting smacked. We're not scoring goals. We're not playing good defensive hockey. We are getting smacked every time we step into that ice. Like, we're not playing good defensive hockey. It's really rough for this team, man. It has been a rough year. And it's sad to say that because you really have the belief in this team that this team could just step up and play really good hockey. In the roster, you could definitely see that this team, yeah, it looks like a wild card team. But with Huberdeau and Laine, Huberdeau should be playing like the top tier hockey like Laine's been playing. But Huberdeau, no, he only has 34 points in 49 games. Probably only going to get 60 points this year. And that is bad to say for a guy like Jonathan Huberdeau, who in this video game cannot produce at fucking all, no matter which way you put it. He just does not like to produce, and it really kind of sucks. Alexander Keenan's back in the lineup. Let's get him back in there. He's been kind of injury-riddled this year as well. He's been almost injury-riddled. No, actually, he's had 2 healthy years. This is kind of first year of missing a couple games, so that's pretty impressive. We're 26, 22, and 4, which is not a bad record right now. Not the greatest record in the grand scheme of things, because you really want to be playing your best hockey, and we've been losing and winning, losing and winning. It's been a kind of a rough time here for the Florida Panthers. Sergei Kulikov, no. Now, I did do kind of some pre-scouting for the last video before I jumped into this, where we can trade some players, and there's all the losses that we are starting to see rack up for the team. It is really starting to turn into a shit show right now, man. We are starting to lose a lot of games, and I mean, we don't want to be in this situation, but we are. We're losing a lot of games. We just went on a 4-game losing streak in a position where we do not need to lose games right now. We just ended that losing streak. Sergei Bobrovsky's out of lineup until the March 25th. And Sergei Bobrovsky's been injured a lot this year, and he's in that type of old age where he's going to definitely start hitting a major injury bug, which is, it's a bummer for this team because you really want to see this team perform and really want to see this team play its best hockey. But you're having to see Aaron Dell be your starting goaltender for the team has really been a shitty thing here for the Florida Panthers, and been a big factor for a reason why we've been losing a lot of our games out of late as well. So, Hoffman, throw you back in there, buddy. Mike Hoffman's getting up there in age, too. We might have to depart from him, but we'll have to see what all happens, because I know he has a no-trade clause, which every no-trade clause I'm just going to make as a 10-team no-trade clause, because that's what you usually see is 10 teams. Usually is on the trade clause. So every time we have a no trade clause, we're just going to make sure that it's just that those certain amount of years, those 10 teams we could trade to them. So let's take a look at what we can do here for the Florida Panthers. We are not even near a playoff position. We're a lot of points out, and we're just not performing, man. It has been a rough year for the Florida Panthers, and it sucks to be sitting here in this situation where we're scoring goals, but we're just not able to back it up with playing good hockey. And it sucks, man. It really does suck. How well we're playing defensively. Really, really bad defensively, of course. As you would notice that we're not keeping the puck out of the net. 17.9 power play and penalty kill. Actually one of the better penalty kills in the league, but everyone's pretty good on the penalty kill in our division. Otherwise, the stats for the Florida Panthers, Patrick Laine has been playing great. Pavelski's been having a wonderful year, 33 points. Everyone else, Hapanine, Trocheck's been struggling. Where the hell? Tippett, all the way down here with only 20 points this year. That is a rough year for our man, Owen Tippett. It's been a rough year for everyone this year. I think it's really time to just squeeze some shit into this team, man. It's really just time to rebuild this team. Not rebuild it, not in this grand, like, rebuilding it, ripping everything apart. No. I'm just talking about retooling the team. So that means everyone in the defense core we're going to keep. Keith Yandle we can't trade away anyways because he's stuck on a no-movement clause. I'd rather keep Jonas Brodin because he's been a great guy to play alongside Aaron Ekblad, Alexander Keenan, he's young, Nanamaki, and Mikushin. But Niemanen, we're going to keep him. Pavelski, we're going to trade. Hoffman, we're going to trade. Trocheck, we're going to trade. Coyle, we're going to keep because he's been one of our good third-line players. Donskoy, we're also going to keep because he's also been one of our good third-line players. And I mean, they've been having bad years this year. Hopefully, they could kind of have a bounce back for the next couple years. We'll have to see. But they're two of my big third-line players on the team, and I'd rather keep them than trade them. Actually, we might think about trading Jonas Donskoy. Charlie McAvoy, we're going to keep for sure, but Jonas Donskoy, we will get rid of. So, the thing with Hoffman, we're going to have to trade him. To make the no-trade clause kind of just harder, we're going to trade him to the 5 best possible teams. We'll do that with every no-trade clause. The 5 best possible teams we have to trade him to. So no matter who it is, we have to trade him to one of those teams. So that means the Vancouver Canucks, Philadelphia Flyers, Carolina Hurricanes, New Jersey Devils, and the Boston Bruins. So the Boston Bruins, New Jersey Devils, Carolina Hurricanes, Philadelphia Flyers, and the Vancouver Canucks. Which already planned out a deal with the New Jersey Devils of trading a couple players to them. So we might actually be able to work out a deal with Mike Hoffman to be traded there. Now, we do remember most of the teams because I have a pretty good eidetic memory. Now, if I do fuck up, you guys can tell me in the comments section below, and we will trade something for free off the team. The New Jersey Devils is one of the best teams in the NHL. I want to do a big-time deal with them. Reason why, I want to pick up Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach is looking like a bloody good player. He's also 6'5", and hopefully we could develop him into a good forward. The reason why we want to do this deal, and the reason why I was looking at it, because they need a second-line player, and Hoffman would actually fit perfectly on that team because they need another kind of left winger. So Hoffman for Dach would almost just work perfectly right down the center. It's just Hoffman for Dak. I think I would do that. Yeah, we'll do that trade straight up. Hoffman for Dak, straight up. Will this go through? No, it does not. Of course it does not. I guess we'll trade one of our rookie prospects away that we won't think that will turn out to be good, but we'll trade them anyways. I mean, we don't have very much prospects, that's for damn sure. Charles we'll trade that for Kirby Dak. Will that go through? No, it does not. We're not going to be able to. I think we're going to have to trade Trocheck to this team, honestly. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. That was my other trade that I was thinking of doing, was trading away Trocheck to the team. They pick up Trocheck, and then we will get also in this trade Oduya, and then I guess only Oduya, Dak, and then a third of Dallas. Will this go through? Yes, it does. Kirby Dak will be on the team. Trocheck is gone. That is a big deal for the team. So Trocheck is off the team. Kirby Dak is in. We get a third-round draft pick from the Dallas Stars, which is what we need. So let's take a look at the roster. What do we got? So Laine, Huberdeau, Hoffman now. So the Vancouver Canucks was a team that was open to be trading with. So what do you guys got? And I know you guys got a pretty good amount of forwards. I'm pretty sure. 1, 2... Yep, you guys can definitely use a forward and definitely could use one more winger for your team. So a second for Mike Hoffman would still not be enough. So how about for a first and next year would definitely work for me. And then a player that can just play for Mike Hoffman. No trade clause, so one of the best teams in the league that he's going to be going and playing with. So that's going to definitely hook up Mike Hoffman. So will this go through? Yes, it does. We get a first-round draft pick for next year, and Mike Hoffman is off the team for this year. So that is nice. Now, let's keep looking at the team. What else can we do to retool the team? Because we're practically just going to retool it. Got to remember that. It's not just a complete rebuild. We're not just trading away everyone. We're keeping the main pieces of the team. We're trading away almost everyone. I'm going to keep Donskoy. Donskoy, we're locked up for 3 years. We're going to keep him for a reason. Pavelski is the other guy that we're going to trade away. Everyone else we're going to keep. Pavelski, we're going to trade away. He's been a good player. We're going to trade him to a team that has some big-time W's looking like they're going to be in the playoffs. Maybe can win a cup this year. Dallas, no. Who can win a cup? Nashville. They're going to be going all in because they might be losing some big-time players this upcoming year. So, Pavelski, but that team is like, Nashville's stacked, man. They are stacked to the brim. Like, they got a lot of good players. Do you guys need a third liner? Oh my god, New Jersey is also stacked. We even made them better. The New York Rangers, who in real life were looking like they're going to get Artemi Panarin for like $11 million. No, definitely not going there. Pittsburgh, are we going to be able to? Yes, Pittsburgh needs a guy, and Pavelski would be a perfect veteran player to go to the Pittsburgh Penguins. A third, and not just that, we are going to also pick up a rookie skater and Linus Oland. Actually, you know what? No. Brian, we got to pick up someone that's going to be good for the team. Can't just keep getting ripped off for these little tiny trades. Well, we'll pick up him, and then we'll give you guys Jonathan Ang for that deal. So, will that go through? No, it does not. So, not even Jonathan Ang will make it go through. Can we give you guys another prospect and Keenan? And holy shit, you guys are being assholes. Okay, we'll just do third for Pavelski straight up. You guys do not like his salary cap. That's okay. It's 1 year. We could practically retain half of it, and we'll just give it to you guys for free practically. We could definitely do that for you, Pittsburgh. We could definitely retain half of his salary cap for you guys and give that deal to you. Perfect. Boom, bada, bang. There we go. Big trade deadline for the Florida Panthers. We practically retooled the team. Everybody that was part of this team is practically now gone. So Laine, Huberdeau, Hapanina, Tippett, Donskoy, Coyle, Dak, Krause, Gergensons, Clifford. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So first line, second line, third line, fourth line. So we need one guy to be called up. And that's going to be one of the depth forwards, Jonathan Ang, and then Carter Taggy. We also need to send down someone from the defense corps because I know we got a lot of defensemen. No, we do not need up. Yannick Weber, yes, we do need him up. Shit. Okay, so we're going to have to keep up one of the defensemen. Goaltenders, we could send. Okay, well, I guess we cannot send down anyone. That's okay. We are good to go with the next upcoming year. So, Heponiemanen, Charlie Coyle. I want Kirby Dack to play alongside Tippett and Donskoy. Yes. Yeah. Practically, that's just the way that the line's going to be this year. We're going to leave everything the same. We're just going to simulate the rest of the year. Also, I want to take a look at the draft class because I'm hoping that this draft class is going to be a good draft class because we are going to be ripping apart the team this year, right? We are ripping apart the team. We did a lot of deals. We got a lot of picks for this upcoming year. So let's see what we can do. What are we going to be able to pick up with this year's draft class? Is there going to be a big time forward that we can get with our first draft? Ooh. Louis Duvarax, who is compared to Nicholas Bastian. We got Holmquist. You got Harkalala, who is another big super fin, or fin. I don't know how to fuck what GM Superman calls them. But you got a lot of good guys. You got Hugo Ellis Eberle. You got Hugo Barrett. You got some big-time all-stars up in that draft. So let's see. Let's simulate the rest of the year. Let's get to the off-season. Let's get to the draft lottery. Let's see where we're going to be positioned for this year's Florida Panthers. This video has been a long video. I've been recording for a long time, so kind of had some mess-ups. So, you know, it's going to be a long time editing this video, but it is the life of being a YouTuber. So let's keep on it going. So there's the losses that we're going to be wanting to rack in. We want another big draft pick, and it's not something that you really want to do after 2 years of being successful and being in the playoffs. You don't want to particularly go in, rip apart the team, and not make it into the playoffs. We kind of need to do that. There's a lot of players that we're going to be having expiring deals. We couldn't do anything about it. And it really sucks that I have to say that we couldn't do anything about fixing up this roster, and that we couldn't keep everyone, and that some players had to go, and it sucks. It really does fucking suck that I had to do that, and that we couldn't salvage the team, and that we couldn't get Casey Milstead, and that everything just did not fall into place for the Florida Panthers this year, and it sucks. But now we are in a good position to get some good prospects, right, with the 2 picks that we have, with Toronto's pick and our pick. So this year's not looking like a terribly bad year. We get Kirby Dack. We got some good prospects from everyone. So, I mean, it's not a bad year. And how well is Kirby Dack playing in 10 games, only 1 goal? I mean, meh. Hopefully he jumps up to be something fucking good and we don't get ripped off on a horrible deal. But we did get some other good players in that deal too. So we didn't totally get ripped off. We'll have to see how everything turns out in the future for all those prospects. That's the big thing about picking up prospects is it a good risk? Is it a bad one? It's just all about what will happen in the future and if it's a good deal or not. So, yeah, we lost a lot of defense, and now we're still on a 500 record, man. We're not really pulling away with a real bad record. We're on a 500 record. Not looking the greatest, but, you know, it is what it is. Kirby Dack only has 1 goal, but he's jumping up a bit, which is nice, is what we want to see from Kirby Dack. And hopefully he turns out to be a monster for the team is what I'm really hoping he turns out to be for us. Ramon Ninimaki's also now injured. Jesus Christ, man. Injuries after injuries this year, man. So let's see what we can do. Are we going to lose the rest of the games this year? Which would be nice to see. Get into a nice drafting position. Ramon Ninimaki will just let him sit on the bench for the rest of the year. We don't want to fuck him up too much more. And we end the year 36-7-9, which is not a bad record. And we are missing the playoffs for the first year in 2 years. So we made it to the playoffs in 2 years in a row, and now we're back again, not making it to the playoffs, which is a real fucking bummer because we are a good goddamn team, but we weren't able to make it to the playoffs this year. We didn't do that bad, 81 points on the year, so we're definitely not going to get like a top 10 pick for sure, but we are going to be pretty high up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to get a top 10 pick. 8th overall is our selection pick, which is good. Good area to start. And Toronto, we should be getting a half-decent pick from the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. Point-wise, we had Patrick Laine, who had 60 points, 36 goals. He had an awesome year. we are going to need to pick up a lot of guys this free agencies. And that means we're just going to practically rip the entire team apart. We're going to start from scratch. This team is going to be a brand new fucking team next year. The pieces that we're going to have to build around, Hepanaina, Huberdeau, Line, and also Owen Tipper are all the guys that we're going to have to build around, and then Coyle and also Donskoy. So, a lot of guys we're going to have to build around. Defense core is going to stay the same. Of course, Keith Yandle is going to be a top 6 defenseman. We're going to also see if we can get rid of him on that horrible new movement clause. And Sergei Bobrovsky, hopefully he can actually stay healthy this year and be our starting goaltender next year is what we really want from him. It's going to be a big question for us, though, is if we're going to be able to keep him healthy or not. And hopefully we do. Hopefully we're able to keep him healthy for the upcoming year for the Florida Panthers. But this offseason is going to be a really big step for the Florida Panthers. We're going to have to do a lot of changes because this team needs to start winning games. We really do. And it's a thing that we need to start. We need to start winning games, okay? Like, I am done with us struggling. I'm done with all the bullshit. We are going all in this playoffs. We're going to be trading up in the draft no matter what. We are going to be getting a good high prospect that can hopefully jump right into the lineup, or we could give them a year to wait, or 2 years. We're going to need to pick up a big-time prospect, or we could use that draft pick that we got with the going up in the top 10 to go after a big-time prospect. Or a big-time player that could play right now, like a guy like Casey Milstad that we were looking at such a long time ago. So, really, comment everything down below. I need all your guys' suggestions on what the Florida Panthers, what they should do for this upcoming year. And the Vancouver Canucks are your Stanley Cup champions. I really want to see what the draft lottery is, because if we win the draft lottery, it's going to be huge. If we don't, it's not going to be that bad. We could go after somebody else. But the Washington Capitals get your first overall selection, and we are all the way down in the 10th overall selection. So we get the 10th overall pick. Not bad. Not where I kind of wanted not to be, but that is okay. I am not going to complain about that. Big Joe, he retires this year at 42 years old. So pretty good amount of players. Justin Williams also retires. He retired in free agency. And the Florida Panthers had no retirees, which sucks. So Keith Yandle's stuck on the team for another fucking year. Great. I love that. Anyways, so the awards, we're going to quickly take a quick scheme of that. Vancouver Canucks are your Stanley Cup champions. Colorado, Chicago, and Pittsburgh were your other Stanley Cup champions. Vancouver won the President's Trophy. They won the Clarence Campbell and also won the Prince of Wales. And Mike Hoffman won a cup, so good for him. Elias Pettersson won the Art Ross. Hart Memorial went to Jacob Voracek. James Norris went to Ivan Provorov. Lady Byng went to Peterson. Calder went to Perfetti. Colin Smythe went to Demko. Vesna went to Carter Hart. William Jennings went to Carter Hart. Aaron Ekblad got the Bill Masterson. Oh my god. He got the Worst Defenseman Award. That's awesome. Frank J. Selke went to Connor McDavid. Tam Winsey went to Jacob Voracek, and Maurice Rucker-Richard goes to Nikita Kucherov. So we really had a bad year if Aaron Ekblad got the Worst Defensive Man Award. So this upcoming year in the draft class, we're going to have to make a lot of big changes to this team. What do we do? What do we do? Because, I mean, you take a look at the top 10 picks. You got this guy. You don't really got that much to look at. I mean, Lieb, who you could possibly see a future Joe Sakic. So there's some guys that you're going to be looking at and say, hey, this guy's not that bad of a selection. Or you can move up and you get Mats Holmquist, who's a guy that's NHL ready. A guy like Louis Devereaux, who's NHL ready. Or a guy like Juuso Herkalala. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But you got a lot of big choices. And honestly, I don't know. There's big choices that we're going to have to make. We got the 1st and then also the 30th. We get the 9th overall and the 15th. So we got a lot of selections that we can make. So comment everything down below. What should we do with the Florida Panthers? Should we go after one of the top tier picks in these guys? Or should we trade that pick, the top 10 pick, for a big time forward to come here to the Florida Panthers? Comment anything and everything down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.